Given the extremely low percentage of newborn crocodiles to survive leaving the nest, conservationists now seek out the nests of the most endangered species in order to collect the eggs, control their progress in incubators, and help the little crocodiles through the first few days of their lives. These are Orinoco crocodiles, one of the most threatened species. While his assistants keep the mothers away, a biologist looks for nests along the riverbank. Here they are, buried a few centimeters below the surface of a nest of loose sand. Without taking their eyes off the crocodiles, they place the eggs in a special box to transport them to the biological station. In nature, barely 20% of newborn crocodiles survive their first month of life. With this method, more than 85% survive. Breeding in captivity has helped to boost the populations of many of the crocodile species that are in danger of extinction. Easy to raise, disease-resistant, and quick-growing. The little crocodiles have a bright future ahead of them if they can dodge the dangers of the first few weeks. And that's what these unique dragon farms achieve. Within the Zapata swamp, our Cuban crocodile mates with his partner. His offspring won't get a boost from an incubator, and many of them will die shortly after hatching. But as long as a few of them survive, there is hope for the future of this unique, aggressive, and rare species, which was once found throughout the Caribbean, and which today lives only in the shadowy protection of Cuba's swamps. In the waters of the South Alligator River, in Australia, our saltwater crocodile is looking for another prey. He finds an easy meal when he comes across a flock of magpie geese feeding in a flooded area. There are hundreds of them. With only his eyes above water, the crocodile observes the birds. There's no way he can reach the ones on land. But if he finds one on the riverbank or in shallow water, he could try to catch it. He decides to noiselessly move a little closer. With his body underwater, he's invisible, and his slow movements don't even make a ripple on the surface of the water. There they are. Several of them are eating algae in a shallow area, but at least it's covered with water. He shifts his position again. He has already chosen his target and decides to attack. With nothing big enough to threaten him, with no human hunters and plenty of food, our saltwater crocodile has found what he was looking for in this corner of the South Alligator River. He finally has a home. In Venezuela, Los Llanos are in the throes of death under the blazing sun. The animals can't endure much more. In the last few remaining pools, there are no longer any fish. The caimans can barely move. Our caiman endures the heat as best as she can. Many of her companions have left the pool, and a few are still using the last of their strength to attempt the impossible. But you can't run away from the drought on Los Llanos. Where there once were pools, now the ground is dry and cracked. Even the toughest animals desperately look for a bit of shade. The sun is implacable and relentless. There's no hope for any of the species unless the rains come. When the first rains fall, Los Llanos change from one day to the next. Life bounces back with renewed energy. It's the miracle of the Venezuelan savanna and the end of our spectacled caiman's suffering. Like all crocodilians, she has outlived species that are more recent on the evolutionary chain, thanks to the croc's archaic adaptations. The drought on Los Llanos is one more test she has overcome, a test that theoretically better prepared animals haven't managed to pass. This should come as no surprise. She is, after all, the descendant of a long lineage that has survived more than 80 million years on the planet. A winning lineage, the lineage of the last dragons.